Hi guys, I wanted to hop on here and tell you guys a little bit more about my side project that I'm doing with Stephanie James Publishing. This publishing company is known for doing the choose your own adventure type story, so what I'm doing is I'm taking another author's work and writing a continuation to their story that they have already written. The first book of the Choose Your Own Adventure series that I chose is called Your Move, written by Danielle. The second book of that series, which is the book that I'm choosing to continue a story from, is called Next Move by Minicky. I hope you've been patient with me because I do want to share a little tiny snippet about both of these two books, and I'm actually going to read it directly off Amazon, so bear with me. So starting with the first book, Your Move by Danielle. 7-year-old Cynthia had lost her grandfather, whom she was very close to. When young Cynthia found her grandfather's chessboard in the attic, she set it up while wishing to play with him one last time. The next day, Cynthia believed her wish had come true when she saw a piece on the board had moved. Filled with excitement and delight, Cynthia began to play the game. Quickly, she realized it was not her grandfather she was playing with, but something evil. In the end, Cynthia beat her unseen opponent, saving herself, her family, and her friends' lives, or so she had thought. Now, Minicky, he wrote Next Move, and this is going to be the excerpt from the next section of the book that I am continuing from. Which, by the way, what Mike did was super clever, and I'm super excited to be able to get the chance to write an adaptation to his story. So, let's go. Let's talk about it. Now, years later, with the sudden death of her father, Cynthia is forced to return to her childhood home, a place where she vowed she would never set foot in again. To the attic where it all began, to play the game of death once more. This time, however, her son Bobby and her husband David are involved, making the stakes much higher. Will Cynthia be able to survive against the unseen foe who is much stronger, more skilled, and a lot more dangerous? How many of her loved ones will be lost this time if she does not prevail? Finally, how does Cynthia's son Bobby fit into it all? And will his role change the tide of the outcome? Find out this heart-pounding, fast-paced suspense thriller that will have you on the edge of your seat the entire ride. Very true. Now, drumroll please, and if you've, again, stayed with me this far, thank you so very much. My book is called Last Move. I don't have an official description to read off of from my book, but I will give you guys a little tiny peek of what it's going to be about. And truthfully, you do not have to read these two books before my book, but I highly encourage it because all the story details that we're pulling through from the first book, we're making it work as a series. My book title is going to be called Last Move, and it is about Bobby, who is now all grown up. Bobby is continuing his chess playing legacy for his family and is the president of a chess club at his local library. And he has a mysterious next door neighbor that he finds interesting and intriguing. Now, there's some creepy aspects, though, to this new neighbor that leaves Bobby feeling a little on edge. And I can't spoil that part for you. And again, it's really important that you go read Mike's book, Next Move, to figure out some more little details that I'm going to be playing off of, because I can't tell you much to spoil my surprise if you haven't read the other two books. I will tell you there are more supernatural chess games. There is another perspective that I follow that I really can't mention because it's kind of a surprise in Mike's book, but this character is also there and you get to see their perspective from the underworld. And that's all I can really tell you guys right now. I can probably share a little bit more later on when I figure out a better way to talk about it, but please go check out Mike's book, Next Move. It's really good enough for me to want to continue a story from it, right? I'm going to be tagging Mike below. I don't have Danielle on social media. I should probably find her somewhere and tell her thank you for writing such an amazing first book to this series. I will also be tagging Stephanie James Publishing below. If any other indie authors want to do a side project like this, do not be afraid to reach out to Stephanie James Publishing. She is really kind, laid back, and easy to work with. So yeah, there's a little rundown. I probably could have done it better, but I have a hard time doing these things, which is why I pause between each clip, because I have a really hard time speaking, which is why I like to write. And I appreciate you if you stayed here this long to listen to me talk for this long. Anywho, that's what I'm working on this week. I'm working on my book Last Move for Stephanie James Publishing. I'm alternating weeks between my projects, so this week is Last Move, and I'm excited to dive in. You guys have a wonderful evening, and as always, stay sweet.